Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews. Got a beer here. I think this is from the RAR Brewing Company. Let's see, proudly brewed in the shores of Choptank, or Choptank, or whatever you want to call it. Choptank, it's spelled. River in Cambridge, Maryland. Okay. Who's it? Groovy City, established in 2013. Okay, cool. And if you look at the label, I think it doesn't really say specifically. Where is it? Brewed and canned by RAR Revival Brewing, Cambridge, Maryland. Boy, that was rough to see. With the way the whole can art is laid out, wow. Wow. Apparently the brewer is RAR Revival Brewing from Cambridge, MD. This is their Nanticoke Nectar India Pale Ale. 7.4%, so a very good ABV'd pale ale. Now, I bought this for two reasons. One, never saw it before. One. Two, Nanticoke. Nanticoke is a name of a place near me. And of course, named after the Nanticoke Indians, which were more widely spread, more widely spread than just that area. But hey, Nanticoke, Pennsylvania, PA Brew. There's a reference. Wap-a-dap, PABrewNews, PA Pride. You know what I mean? But this is from Maryland, our southern cousins. So there we go. Throw that in there. Here we go. But the Nanticoke did catch my eye, so now we have it on the channel. And pick this up at Bloom Brew on Route 11 outside of Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania. Very nice ABV as well, 7.4. I hate when people go, I got this double IPA at 7.4. Or an Imperial IPA. I'm like, yeah, it's not Imperial, so, you know, whatever. But, you know, fill it up that much and bring it around. See if we can get some aroma. Up to the light. Nice little hop haze is there, just traditional hop haze. Streaming carbonation from the pinnacle of the glass, tornadoing up. Nice, beautiful white head. Alcohol like sticking from that 7.4. Trying to cling some lacing as I drink it. Excuse me. I had some fire going in the background. You know, the little mood lighting that's on the back of the fire went out. A little smoky in here. Such is life. Got a wood stove over there anyway. But it's not near the... I don't keep the beer here. That's the trick. Okay. Aroma time. Cheers. That is earthy. That's earthy. Earthy, dank. Earthy, dank, a nuanced, it seems like there's a nuanced pine in there, but very nuanced. Earthy, dank, caramel, nuanced pine. Something reminds me, and this this is just a very random, vague thing that hit my brain, but it reminds me of smelling, like when you're going through like a farmer's market and you're smelling like where the cantaloupe and stuff are. Not into the cantaloupe, just the outside. It would remind me of that a little bit. Yeah, it's very nondescript though. It's not like vibrant grapefruit or anything like that. It's all kind of just muddled together a little bit under this kind of earthy dankness kind of wrapping around a little bit of caramel. Let's get into it. Cheers. No can on date, so. That is boring. Wow. Okay, it's a little bit more on the watery side. There's a little bit of oiliness, but not much. It's a little bit on the watery side. Overall, nuanced, boring, approachable, boring, overall, boring. Okay? Did I mention it was boring? However, if that is 7.4, that is crazy. Literally, it drinks like it's like a 4% really boring pale ale. It's insane. You have this funky waft coming off of it though too in the back of the palate. It's like a little bit of that farmer's market fruit stand kind of stuff. But it's just not here or there. It's weird. It hits you right in the nose while you're drinking it. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really anything. I'm really glad it's not really anything though at the same time, because a lot of times when you have beers that miss like this beer does, they overcompensate with really like nasty, bitter, medicinal pill bitter kind of hop bitterness, you know, that kind of thing. This doesn't have that, which is really great. I mean, this is really just like cold on draft crush, cold crush, cold crush, cold crush, drunk. I mean, so that is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, that's a good thing. But I doubt this was $1 a can. If this was $1 a can, that would make sense. This is probably not $1 a can. It's not bad. It's not horrible. No. There is a little bit of fruit in there. A little bit of soft grapefruit. It's just so easy drinking and so nuanced that it's a little bit dull. It's a little bit boring. But it's 7.4%. That's insane. Wow. Nanticoke Nectar. Wow. You think of like Nugget Nectar and you're failing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they were trying to go off the whole Nugget Nectar thing, but it didn't really hit the way that should have. But honestly, for what it is, it's not bad at all. There's a little playful bitterness, little earthiness in there. You have a little bit of a muted grapefruit tone, maybe even a little bit of a stewed, like subtly just, if you're warming like to make like a little drizzly kind of thing over chicken or duck, like a little bit of orange in there, a little bit of that tonality coming out in the nose, mixing it with that. So it's like caramelizing the sugar that's in it, but then bringing off a little bit of the aroma. So there's a little bit of that in there, which is nice. Very subtle, but it's there. Again, a little bit of caramel, that playful kind of peppery, earthy bitterness, but it's very nuanced. So honestly, as negative as I sound about the beer, there's not really that many negative aspects about the beer. It's one of those things I can't be like, oh, there's this nasty this, or there's this, or there's this. Not really that. It's just boring, if you know what I mean. Boring. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of things. But like I was going to say, this could definitely be, if you had this locally for really cheap on tap, this could be a summer crusher for an IPA, which is 7.4% alcohol by volume, which they hide the ABV insanely well. So there you go. Wow. And the burp's nice too. And it's done. At first I thought it was from the RAR Brewing Company, which is RAR, which is a brewing company, I think in Pennsylvania or somewhere around the parts. But it says here it's from the, oh, yeah, Real. It's so hard to see, especially with this light, because I think I said Realer Revival. I think I have to get my bifocals out. I think it's Real with an E Revival. Real Revival. Not Real Revival like Fishing Channel with REEL Revival, which hashtag Real Revival, copyright that shit because it's a great fucking name, which I don't think it's used yet because Real Revival is pretty awesome. But yeah, Real with an E Revival Brewing from Cambridge, Maryland. And I'm going to give this one a 7. I'm actually going to give it a 7. You'd think I was going to give it less than that, but at the same time, I really can't say anything bad about it. Other than that, it's boring. If you know what I mean. It's like, I would definitely drink more of this. If I found this cheap, I would drink more of this, especially if it was like cheap. I'm talking about cheap. I was like, yeah, I'll buy that. But there's no can on date either, so I can't really say if it's fresh or old. So honestly, it's not really a bad beer. I mean, there's probably a few lot of people who actually really like this beer, and who knows what it would taste like if I could guarantee it was super fresh. And the 7.4 is absolutely hidden. And if you've noticed, the vinyl shut off, so that's fun. Anyway, let's move on from PABrewNews. Cheers.